what if I told you that everything we've been told about asthma, about needing more air, about relying only on inhalers, misses a critical part of the puzzle? Today, I'm going to reveal the real cause of asthma, why too much air can be a problem, and most importantly, how you can take control and start breathing easier naturally. So if you or someone that you know struggles with asthma, I need you to stick around for this, because we're going to be breaking down what really causes asthma beyond our genetics or triggers, and most importantly, how you can naturally improve your breathing and reduce those dreaded flare-ups. Now let's get into it. Welcome to Gramottwellness, where we talk about health, wellness, and living your best life. I am Grace, your wellness partner, because we're in this together, right? If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so. Kindly share this with someone who may need it. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section so we can learn and grow together. So what is asthma? Asthma is more than just difficulty in breathing. It's a chronic inflammation of the airways that makes it harder for oxygen to reach your lungs. The usual explanation is because of allergies, cold air, exercise, or even stress. But what if I told you that those are just triggers, not the root cause? But before we go into the root cause, let us look into some interesting facts. A normal person breathes about 10 to 12 times per minute, while an asthmatic person breathes about 15 to 20 times per minute, consuming significantly more air, but actually getting less oxygen due to lower carbon dioxide levels. Likewise, a normal person breathes in about 500 ml of air per breath, while an asthmatic patient takes about 700 ml per breath. So over a minute, this is about 5 to 6 liters of air for a normal person and 10 to 15 liters of air for an asthmatic person. Carbon dioxide is crucial. Although often seen as a waste gas, carbon dioxide plays a vital role in oxygen delivery. When you breathe too much, CO2 levels drop, making it harder for oxygen to bind and to be delivered. This is why hyperventilating can cause people to pass out. Overbreathing makes asthma worse. More air does not mean more oxygen. The more air you take in, the less oxygen gets delivered to your cells. When we take in oxygen, we bring out carbon dioxide, right? But when carbon dioxide is low, the airways constrict, making it even harder to breathe. So now, let's get to the real root cause of asthma. Remember I said that there was a missing piece in what we've been told about asthma, and that missing piece is nutritional deficiencies and inflammation. As a nutritionist, my job is to dig deep into ailments to find out if there's a gap in nutrition leading to that ailment. And I've done the research. So today, I'm bringing you this one for asthma: vitamin D deficiency. Studies have shown that those with asthma mostly have vitamin D deficiency. Why? Because vitamin D is a powerful anti-inflammatory that helps to regulate immune responses. There's also magnesium deficiency. Magnesium helps our bodies to relax and also helps to relax the airways. Without enough magnesium, your bronchioles tighten up. The next is omega-3 deficiency. Asthma is an inflammatory condition, and omega-3 is one of the best natural inflammation fighter. Another cause is the gut and the lung connection. An imbalanced gut from processed foods, ulcers, inflammation, stress, or antibiotics can lead to immune deficiency, making asthma worse. So now let's get into what you can do about asthma naturally. Number one, boost your vitamin D. Sunlight exposure is the absolute best. From the research, at least 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 daily. Now, you may be wondering if 10,000 IUs are too much for you, but if you're under the sun, it takes about 30 minutes to get about 10,000 IUs. 10,000 IUs is really not up to 5 milligrams if you're converting it that way, so no worries. And there are some people that have a condition called polymorphisms that may not allow you to absorb vitamin D efficiently. If you're among one of these people, you may need to even take in higher doses of vitamin D. We can't talk about vitamin D without talking about vitamin K2. We know that vitamin D helps us to absorb calcium more. So if you're taking vitamin D, please always pair it with K2 so that the calcium is directed to your bones and not to your arteries or to your heart. Number 2, eat magnesium-rich foods. Spinach, almonds, avocados, pumpkin seeds are great choices for magnesium. So magnesium glycinate is a great choice. Number 3, increase your omega-3s, fatty fish, salmon, even cod liver oil. Add probiotic foods, the fermented foods like kimchi, fermented cabbage juice, sauerkraut to your diet. Number 4, avoid processed foods and sugar. If you have asthma, you want to cut out high sugar foods because they spike inflammation in your body and they make asthma worse. So swap your sugary drinks for herbal teas, eat high fiber and high protein meals. If you can, do intermittent fasting or keto. Now let's get into something really interesting. There was a man called Konstantin Butenko. He was a Ukrainian medical doctor and physiologist. He developed the Butenko method of breathing, a breathing technique aimed at treating asthma and other breathing disorders by addressing hyperventilation. And he wrote it in this book he called Close Your Mouth. This technique is aimed at helping people with asthma retrain their breathing patterns and reduce hyperventilation. So here's how it works. Instead of taking deep, forceful breaths, practice slow, controlled nasal breathing to increase carbon dioxide levels in your blood, which helps to open up the airways naturally. Now, remember how I explained carbon dioxide and breathing earlier? You may need to go back to it because this is when you need it. So I'm going to reiterate, carbon dioxide is crucial and plays a vital role in oxygen delivery. The Bohr effect states that oxygen can only bind properly in the blood when the carbon dioxide levels are sufficient. When you breathe too much, carbon dioxide levels drop, making it harder for oxygen to bind and be delivered. This is why hyperventilating causes people to pass out. Overbreathing will worsen your asthma. More air does not mean more oxygen. The more air you take in, the less oxygen gets delivered to your cells. So practice controlled breathing. Now, how do we practice for the Butenko breathing? Sit comfortably, breathe in through your nose, breathe in slowly through your nose, exhale gently, and then hold your breath for a few seconds before inhaling again. Repeat this process, gradually increasing the length of time you hold your breath over several sessions. Measure your controlled pause. So when you're doing this, you measure your controlled pause. If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds or less, it means you have severe asthma. If you can hold from 11 to 20 seconds, it means that you have asthma, you still have a lot of symptoms. From 21 to 40 seconds means you have fewer symptoms. And then over 40 seconds means you are getting to a point where there is no symptom at all. So you practice it every time so that you get to that level. When you do this, you are able to empower your body to have more carbon dioxide. Try this practice and track your control pulse over time, and it will help you to know if you are improving. Going deeper into the science, as I said earlier, most people with asthma are deficient in vitamin D, and we know that a lot of times we're giving corticosteroid to treat ulcer, and that is fine. However, there are many cases of corticosteroid resistance. The more you take them, the more they do not work. So overuse of inhalers can lead to resistance. Vitamin D helps with this resistance. So if you're taking vitamin D at the same time you're taking your inhaler, you'll be less resistant to the drugs in the inhaler. Another thing we should also look at is infrared therapy and sunlight. The sun provides UV light, infrared therapy, and vitamin D all at once. So apart from supplementing in vitamin D, enjoy the sunlight. Go out there so the infrared can penetrate into your skin. Also take B vitamins for allergy support. B1, folic acid, B complex help to reduce allergic responses and support immune function. Asthma doesn't have to control your life. By addressing these nutritional gaps and making small changes, you can take back control of your breathing naturally. If you found this video helpful, check out my video on how I balance my hormone naturally. You may also want to check the video of how to heal peptic ulcers, gastritis naturally. And for more daily tips on healing through food, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, where I share healthy meal ideas and probiotic-rich recipes. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What has helped you manage asthma better? Who knows, somebody may learn a lot from your own experience and tip. Let's help each other breathe easier. And see you next time. Bye.